This is a first look video at our DB-1 power distribution box for the red Komodo-X and V-Raptor. You can configure this in several ways. What I have here is our high mode, which means the bottom of the DB-1 is flush with the bottom of the camera. If you didn't notice, this is a 3D print and the final version will be aluminum and look quite a bit nicer than this one. This is a 15mm rod bracket, and to put it into low mode, you just unlock these two screws, pull the rod bracket off, and flip it over. To keep the cables nice and tidy, we can actually spin this box one time before we install it, and that helps keep the cables in this pocket between the battery plate and the back of the camera. We'll slide that on, and on the side here we have a thumb screw, so we'll just lock that down. The DB-1 includes two lengths of extension rod, and these are 15mm rods in standard spacing. This is a 40mm length, and what we have on the camera right now is a 20. So the 20 keeps it nice and tight. You still have access for a right angle BNC for your SDI connection here. But just to give you an idea what the 40 looks like, slide this out. We will pop off our V-lock plate here, and the V-lock plate, only one is included in the thing, but it's just faster to show you when we have two. So drop that on, slide our clamp back on, and that is the distance from the back of the camera. So if you have a V-Raptor with a wireless transmitter or something like that, you might be able to stuff that in there. The camera side plate has Airy quarter 20s with locating pins and some M3 holes here if you want to make custom bracketry for wireless audio receivers or things like that. And another thing about the low mode is that you can slide a 15mm rod underneath this battery plate in this configuration. This is a more complete build with the AB1, EB1 on the side here with side panels, touchscreen monitor, top handle. This is the Komodo-X, so we have the ability to put our ARCA clamp on the back here. And this DB1 uses both the DC input and the EXT port, and that is so that we can put the Airy run stop signal on the 3-pin Fischers here. So to use the EB1 with this configuration, we'll do our little loop trick here to organize some cables. Put this on the back, lock the thumb screw, and then we'll plug in our EB1 cable to this pass-through EXT port here. So this can just be tucked in here. And then we have the connector angled upward at a 45-degree angle. So all the cables jive nicely together here. So we have our two cables for the DB1, we have our EB1 cable going in here, and then we have our AB1 audio breakout cable here. So to access the SDI port, the easiest thing to do, either use the longer 40mm 15 rods, or you can pop this off, put your connector on the right angle SDI. That'll fit in here nicely, and then put your box back on. The DB1 has two D-taps at battery voltage, two 3-pin Fischers at 24 volts and 2.5 amps, two 2-pin LEMOs at battery voltage, a 5-volt USB at 3 amps. We have a pass-through EXT connector, and our DC input is a 6-pin LEMO-compatible connector, so you can use the red power supply. When the onboard battery is active, the LED glows green, and when we install our DC input, you can see that it switches over to prioritize that source. So now the DC input will be used down to about 12.5 volts, and then the onboard battery will be switched on. The DB1 is also available in a rod clamp only version if you want to attach it further behind the camera body, and it's the same bracket attached to the bottom. The DB1 is available in V-mount and gold mount versions for pre-order at mid49.com.